I've written a lot of songs since starting to teach at Cornell back in 1988, and I selected 4 of them, but I don't know if we'll get through all 4. 3 of them were about getting old, and one of them is a critique of architecture. You know, I figured this is a retirement event, so I think my choice of subject matter is entirely germane and appropriate. So I'm going to start with the last song I wrote, which is the first song I wrote after retiring, which is an extended metaphor about getting old based on the game of chess. And it's called Endgame.
A rook moves on a gridded board, cleared of all distractions. A knight protects his frightened lord from unwanted interactions. All the pawns have left the field, emptied and depleted. The queen was just a human shield, her sacrifice conceded, while all the others tactically retreated for the end game. For the end game. The bishop staring down the king, demanding retribution. The knight with its maneuvering stays the execution. But the knight is pinned. In retrospect, the king's defense is shattered. His strategy once seemed correct, but none of it has mattered. All paths lead, whether straight or scattered, to the end game. To the end game. Now's the time to make your play. Let the chips fall where they may. No one knows what lies ahead. Yeah, we're all flying blind instead. Seasons clamor for attention. Winter worries, spring is here. Summer sweats with apprehension while fall starts yet another year. As days rush into their tomorrows, someone's born, someone dies. Other people and their sorrows flash before my eyes. Not unexpected, but still taken by surprise. In the end game. In the end game. Don't waste time by taking stock. Just make your move and hit the clock. Grab the wheel and make it spin. Time to let the end begin. The knight is scanning the horizon. He's searching for a flaw. The king considers compromising. He's hoping for a draw, but the pressure's as intense as ever. There's nowhere else to go, where each and every last endeavor just might bring the final blow. As we wait for the final act in the final show of the end game. The end game. The end game. Of the end game.
The sky turns red, nature wakes with a scream. The origin of that quote is from the Norwegian artist Edvard Munch. It was part of his explanation of how he came by series of paintings and drawings collectively known as The Scream. And one other thing about the song, I wrote it in the first person, but that does not mean it's about me. It's not. The song is called What's the Point of Even Trying? It's another uplifting kind of song.
What have I swallowed? What have I confessed? An act that can't be followed, a fact I can't digest. I ate it all, drank it down, kept it up with the best. The morning after, I got some coffee and some cream, mixed it with some laughter, like a madman in a mindless dream. The sky turns red, nature wakes with a scream. If I knew I'd live this long, I wouldn't have wasted all those years. I might have found some younger friends with more interesting careers. Now everyone around me's dying, everyone I knew before. What's the point of even trying anymore? I've been alone now, I've settled in this groove. I can't stay in my home now, but I can't say where I'd move. There's nothing left, nothing right, and nothing to prove. If I knew I'd live this long, I would have taken better care. I would have got more exercise, put some color in my hair. If my life's not satisfying, if I'm lying at death's door, what's the point of even trying anymore? If I were to think this through, there's still no way to write an ending. And if I act as if I knew exactly what I was intending to do, I'd be misleading if I claimed there's a design. Based upon my reading, I'm not doing all that fine. Just getting up, getting by, waiting here for a sign. If I knew I'd live this long, there would be so much more to show. I would have done the things I dreamed of doing long ago. My regrets are multiplying, I'm becoming such a bore. What's the point of even trying anymore? What's the point of even trying anymore?
A true story about the first time that my daughter beat me in a game of Scrabble. She is here and can attest to the authenticity of each and every lyric. So basically, the game's almost over. I'm winning by, like 100 points or something like that. And there's no more letters left except the letter tiles that are in each of our trays. It's my daughter's turn. She puts down a 7-letter word, thereby ending the game. The word is squints. S-Q-U-I-N-T, 7 letters. The Q, which is the most valuable letter in terms of its point value, lands on a double letter square, so its point value is doubled. The word itself lands on a triple word square, so the whole thing is tripled, including the doubled Q, plus all the adjacent words that the squints has connects with, plus 50 bonus points for having a 7-letter word. From the jaws of defeat, she has emerged suddenly and dramatically victorious. And I'm just stunned. I'm just like, whoa. Finally, when I say, squints on a triple. I've got to write a song about that. So I did, and this is Squints on a Triple.
She put squints on a triple with Q on the double. I thought I was winning, but now I'm in trouble. All of my hopes, false expectations burst like a bubble. It's the first rule of offense, to cover your back. Protect all your troopers from the flanking attack. Yeah, don't let the linemen in for a sack. How could I let myself relinquish control? Let my constructions collapse into rubble. On the very last play, on the very last roll, she put squints on a triple with Q on the double. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, she did. She has flung in my face all the skills that I taught her. Now I'm left in disgrace. There's a moral that's sought here. Yeah, you better be careful when playing games with your daughter. How could I let myself relinquish control? Let my constructions collapse into rubble. On the very last play, on the very last roll, she put squints on a triple with Q on the double. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, she did. Well, just look at the score. Nothing will be the same in this game anymore. Well, she giggles and she claps, but her face seems to soften. I think she's perhaps rolled the dice once too often. So come on now, one more for the road, baby. I'm not yet in my coffin. How could I let myself relinquish control? Let my constructions collapse into rubble. On the very last play, on the very last roll, she put squints on a triple with Q on the double. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Truthfully, it's more like a shameless commercial advertisement for my book. I played a video version of this at a book launch event, which was highly orchestrated and piano-based, and the video had some images which helped people understand what was going on in the song. I always have difficulty figuring out how can you play the harmonica and then also sing. And I'm not quite sure how to do this, but we'll try. You don't have the benefit of the images in the video, so let me just quickly say the first verse refers to chapter 3 in the book on fire safety, and it's pretty self-explanatory.
Flames shoot up from a couch by the front bay window. Toxic smoke quickly fills the room, works its way right up the stairs to the floor where the boys had been so fast asleep that they didn't smell the noxious fume, and didn't hear the smoke alarm with their parents out and the doors all shut tight. There is no law requiring sprinklers whose activation might have doused the flames and saved their lives that night. Perhaps the Home Builders Associations that lobbied so hard to kill that legislation will explain their tortured logic to mom and dad. Building bad. Everybody's talking about the fancy new library, where you must walk up steps to get to these bookshelves. Asked about ADA mandates for access, he says it's customary for disabled people not to get their books themselves. Pointing to the killer views you get looking out from those steel stairs. But when asked about excluding handicapped users, he says, I won't ruin my design just because of some strollers and some wheelchairs. This is a gift to the community, so beggars can't be choosers. It's based on these watercolor drawings in my sketch pad. Building bad. Now architects are trained to get their kicks with fashion and obsession, while utilities constrained by politics and damaged by expression. Cracks and mold, but the building's still standing, like a party of drunken robots celebrating. Says the architect hired to promote the institute's rebranding. He says it as a point of pride, not to be self-deprecating. I can't hang my blackboards when all these office walls are curved and slanted, complains the famous linguist, wondering why they're convex, why even configuring control layers correctly is something that you can't take for granted. As the risk of failure grows and grows, as forms get increasingly complex, fashionable dysfunction is more than just a passing fad. Building bad.